Ladies and gentlemen, our first entry to the Royal Rumble.
Dude love, dude love, na, 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 dude love. Hey, all you cats and kittens out there, get ready to get this party started. Let's do some rumbling tonight. I'm ready to bring on all contenders. Hey, Big Herm, how you doing?
Me and you, brother Joe. Oh, sorry, dude love Joe. what is what is going on, everyone? How are you doing? This is our third episode of our live wrestling show with myself and brother Joe. Brother Joe, how you doing? This is the first one with our guy Sam. May he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? So a quick moment of silence for our brother, our fallen brother. This is the first show without him, so I thought it was right to do it. So quick moment of silence. All right. Rest in peace, my brother. It's always emotional when I think about that guy. I miss him so much. But we're here to have fun. He would want us to have fun. And we got ourselves a couple of guests, you know what I'm saying, which I'm very excited. Very excited to have these guests. I'm gonna bring in the Peace Be Army Bad Batch member, you know, Peace Be Army and all that. He's finally here, and it's looking like he's gonna make the whole show. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been wanting to do this for so long, and I'll keep telling him it's not your fault, man. Technology, but he is determined to eliminate technology. Right here, my guy, John Thomas.
Station.
What is up, Station?
What's up, my guys?
Finally, grateful to have you on here. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I worked last night. I went to bed, took my nap, got up in the morning, or this afternoon. I looked out the window. The sun was a little brighter. Nice. The grass was a little greener.
Nice.
My food tasted a little better. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? New Comic Book Day was yesterday. Whiplash Wednesday was yesterday. Oh, that's right. It's the Herm and Brother Joe wrestling show. Here we are.
Station, heck yeah. Yesterday it was like Christmas, you know, New Comic Book Day. Christmas for us comic book fans every week. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? You guys know that I always say this. And today we have a special guest. John Thomas is always one of our special guests, but we have our first time on my show, on our show here, and I'm very excited to have my brother here. He's a wrestling fan like us. We met through Sam on his channel, you know, the Ever Loving Show on Friday. So welcome everyone, our guy, who's a champion himself, Puff Comics. What is up,
Yo, Station!
Station!
What is going on, fellas? What is going on, everybody? The champ is here. I had to come and represent. When you said you was doing wrestling talk, and I was like, I got to be on here, especially for Sam. Rest in peace, Sam. He was on the first two shows. Sam, we both talk wrestling, so man, it's an honor to be on here, man, talking with you guys, chopping it up.
Yeah, heck yeah, man, heck yeah. Like when I found out you're a wrestling fan, and he told me that, he was like, you know, he's a wrestling fan, right? And I was like, all right, we're gonna have to have him on our show next time. Here we go. You came through in the clutch. Thank you so much for joining us. We all grateful you're here with us. Great belt too. That's the Stone Cold Steve Austin belt right there. That's the
attitude of a championship, man. Hey, I still want the Winged Eagle because Bret Hart's my favorite, and he made that belt look so good. But I got the attitude one.
Yeah. So everybody knows. I'll put the thumbnail real quick. We're talking Hart family. Hearts are wild. That's our theme of the show tonight. With you just talk Bret Hart, Owen Hart, some Natty. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the main segment. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later because right now, I'm setting to talk some Royal Rumble in a second. But before we do that, let's go to the chats, man. You guys know I love going to the chats. It's rocking right now with some Eric Durant's the Stash Station, brother. Thanks for joining us. Yes, the Green Hearts, Sheena Station. Thanks for joining us. Many different perspectives, man. Well, it's up station. Thanks for joining. James Felt. Let's get ready to rumble. I hope I did that justice, the start and all that, brother Joe. With the do love.
I got three faces.
Three faces.
Faces for you. Get ready.
You gonna join the Royal Rumble 3 times like Mick Foley did?
Hey, and if he wins, I'm ready to defend the title, man.
Oh,
there we go.
All right. It might be me and you at WrestleMania, baby boy.
That's right.
Oh man, already started. Maria, the creative director, my lady, Station, love you, hun. Thanks for being on here. Oh man, of course I did say, hell yeah, JT, Sheena, JC, she's happy you're here, JT. She knows how much you wanted to be here with us. You know what I mean? Super Russ 9000 Station.
Hey, shout out to Super Russ, man. Me and him hung out. We watched the Royal Rumble together. It was a blast.
Nice.
You know, if you want to join, man, let us know, man.
Yeah, let us know, man. I think Puff, if you don't mind, you can send him the link if you want. You know what I mean? If he wants to join, just let us know. You're more than welcome. The more the merrier for hearing our wrestling show. We love talking some wrestling. I'm always excited. We do this kind of quarterly kind of thing. Maybe have like 4 shows, kind of like a little bit like the original 4 pay-per-views of the WWE. Yes. That's kind of like my idea with it. So keep on keeping on Noggins Comics Station. There's a lot of people up in here. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. Super Rush. It was a blast, man. Sure. Yeah, man. Let us know right here if you want to come in. Our guy Puff will send you the link. Man, Our Lady Herm, Our Lady, yes. So real quick, guys, how you doing? Did you go? I know Puff did. He just told us, but brother Joe, JT, starting with JT, did you watch the Royal Rumble?
I did. I had to do a rewatch because I dozed out through half of it, but I saw it the next day.
So did you enjoy it? Did you like some of it? A real quick synopsis of what you thought of the Royal Rumble this year.
It was okay. I had a little bit higher expectations. The end of it, I didn't really like it. I understood why they did it, but I didn't see a need for it. It was kind of stupid in my opinion. They could have built a bigger, a lesser known star. I don't know if we're going to spoil anything, but
we're going to spoil the crap out of it.
We're spoiling. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want Brock winning the Rumble, so
no.
I think they could have. I think they could have gave that to another star, another up and coming star, maybe.
I feel you. Yeah, we're gonna get to mostly what we felt about that. I feel like all of us had something to say about that. Before I go to my man Puff, my man Dash and Danny Station, one of my brothers, he loves wrestling too. He said, Ronda won my Rumble pool. Nice. You finally won there was a little pool get together with the buddies, and they have a little Royal Rumble pool, and you pick out a number, and then a pot of money. And then if you're a wrestler, your number comes out and wins. They won the money. Yeah, I've never won that, but he said Riddle was supposed to win a chance last minute.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so
and they let go Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I heard that. I'll laugh if AEW hires him.
Yeah. So yeah, we could keep going on that real quick. I just want to know how everybody felt about it overall first. Like Puff, what did you think about the Royal Rumble when you watched it?
I thought the Reigns and Rollins match was the best match until the finish that just let everybody down. And then the show as a whole, it was below average. You know, the women's Rumble was better than the men's Rumble, but not by much. You know, I mean, lots of botches and all that stuff. And I don't know how I feel about Ronda. You know, like I don't know, man. It just felt like I didn't really care for her before, so it was like it's a surprise Rumble win, but it is whatever. Me and Russ predicted that Brock was going to come and win that sucker after Reigns cost him the match. So he's like, yeah, watch he come in the Rumble at number 30 and win. And sure enough, he came in number 30 and win. And I don't even watch wrestling on a weekly basis, and yet you still predict that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling we're just gonna talk about that real quick. I was gonna go down the gauntlet of matches, but we could talk about that in a minute. Let's see what Brother Joe thought of the Royal Rumble real quick before we're gonna have to jump straight to that match. Brother Joe, what you think about the Royal Rumble this year?
Well, are we getting jaded? When I was younger, they were great. They were fantastic. Always a surprise popping up. But, it was always exciting. But like Puff said, it was a little lackluster, between Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar, I know they're under contract, but I don't think they deserved it because did they put in the work? I think so.
Yeah.
Right.
Real quick, you got Noggin says Reign and Rollins was the best match of the night. Would have loved Riddle or Big E to win. Yeah, that's a lot to say about that myself. I can't. He said, Super Wrestler, I can't jump on tonight, but I'll definitely be watching. I appreciate you no matter what. And my man Danny says I have the Wing Eagle belt, definitely my favorite. Yeah. That was just a classic, man.
All the old belts are way better than what we got today.
Yeah, that's fact.
They ran out of ideas.
Yeah, they just put a big W on it, and that's it.
Even the spinner belt was better.
Yeah,
and I hated the spinner belt. That was a toy belt.
that was the one I got. That's the one I got. I somewhere. Right, you know what? I'm gonna bring it out right now.
Bring it out.
Bring it out right here. I got it in here. So yeah, real quick. My buddy Danny already seen me with this belt. I mean, you guys already seen me with the first episode. I had it on the whole show. But yeah, right here.
Hey. John Cena.
There you go. Now we got a 2-belt challenge right here. We probably talk about that. But yeah, man, like I thought, okay, I'm always excited for the Royal Rumble. It's always a lot of people more excited sometimes for the Royal Rumble than the WrestleMania itself these days. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like Brother Joe was saying, are we a little jaded? I think we've seen so many of them, and now there's 2 of them. You got the women's one, and you got the men's. That maybe it lost its luster just a little bit. But I just think people are tired of return winners. You know what I mean? That don't need it. Like you guys were saying, like Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Did not need a win. You know what I mean? So I for the most part, I enjoy the WrestleMania. I like the Women's Royal Rumble. Maybe I'm a fool with the nostalgia or something like that. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was pretty good. The Ronda Rousey winning, I should have known that was gonna happen when I heard earlier that day that she was gonna be in the Rumble. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I should have. You know what I mean? But like Russ was saying earlier, once you saw Brock Lesnar lose a title, I was like, oh no, he's not gonna be 30. No, please no. You kind of like having it in your head, and you hope that's not gonna happen, but you kind of do know. You know what I mean? You kind of like, no, they're gonna do it. Vince is not gonna do this, right? You know, because let's be honest, I don't like to blame Vince for everything, but that's a Vince move right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. He probably panic or something like that. But yeah. So I for the most part, I was enjoying most of it, but the men's Royal Rumble it could have been better. You know what I mean? We didn't have a lot of surprises.
Go
ahead.
What I would have flipped out on if fucking Bad Bunny would have won the Rumble. I'm sitting there and you know, I grew up watching the old school Rumble, so that's why I did like the weeks before. I was watching like the 89 and 90 Rumble and stuff. And I'm watching this dude coming in and throw guys out and have fun doing the Canadian Destroyer, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Yeah.
That shit was ridiculous. Somebody throw this fool out. You can go watch the stream with me and Russ. And I'm like, yo, somebody throw this fool out, because no celebrity should be in there just beating up wrestlers and stuff. That's a no-no in old school wrestling mentality.
Yeah.
He tries. He loves wrestling so much that he wants to be a part of it, whatever he can.
Well, I'm not down with Johnny Knoxville being in there, but Bad Bunny, he tries to wrestle though. He's not that bad. Like he respects it. You could tell. You know what I mean? So I get why they want to bring him in, but I agree he shouldn't be in the Rumble. You know what I mean?
No.
But he's Bad Bunny, I guess.
And it's like it's wasted spots because it could have went to Finn Balor or Cesaro or guys who weren't in the match. And yet they give it to them.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Like, besides Bad Bunny and Knoxville, there wasn't really no surprises in the Rumble. It's kind of hard to really surprise these days because you hear everything that comes out. Like, I try to stay away from the internet the last couple of days before the Rumble because you hear everything. You know what I mean? It's just like, so like it was really hard for like them to really pull out, a surprise. Like people will talk about AEW, people going in there. I was like, that's not happening. Vince is too proud. I was happy to see Mickie James in there, with the TNA championship, you know what I'm saying? The Impact championship, not TNA no more.
And I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I was surprised they allowed her to come out with her song, the Hardcore Country. I kind of popped for that, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They did it, you know what I mean? But yeah. But the way it started and the way it ended, I was just like, oh boy. So
let me tell you a quick story.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me tell you a quick story. They came to Kansas City the Friday night before the Rumble. I went to the airport and got a few autographs, and I was lucky enough to meet a LA Knight. Now I know JT doesn't like that NXT 2.0 very much, but when I saw LA Knight at the airport, I thought he might have had a chance to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
He used to be Eli Drake in TNA or Impact.
Yeah.
LA Knight. That was formerly known as Eli Drake.
He had the button. He used to go, dummy. Was it dummy? Yep. They used to say something like that. Yeah. I like that guy though. It would have been cool if he would have went in there. You know what I mean? Shane throwing out KO out was insane. You know what I mean? He did get popped. When he got out there, he did get popped.
Shane, you know what I mean? Shane was gassed after he did that.
Oh yeah.
He was wheezing and breathing hard, face red. I'm like, man.
That's one of the knocks on him is he comes into a match so hyped up that he blows up after the first couple minutes. Yeah. He's just so hyped.
He's not young anymore. He can't do it like the Attitude Era. You know what I mean? So I respect him trying to do what he tried to do, but yeah. So
he did that for his boys.
Yeah. We'll talk about Shane a little later. Yeah.
Shane was another wasted spot.
Danny says, Impact champ Mickie James came out. Why do not Moose come out? Moose, that guy. I agree, but I don't know. Mickie James been in WWE before. Maybe they trust her more, which is kind of dumb, and not bring in Moose. I thought that would have been a lot of pop for that, but maybe they were afraid. They like helping him up too much.
I'm surprised they haven't snatched him up yet, considering that he has the right look and size.
I was surprised that we didn't see Big Cass. Big Cass is in Impact now, and he's chasing Moose, and he's formerly WWE. But I thought maybe he might show up, but they didn't want to go that route, obviously.
Yeah. I think he burned bridges with them at that time, and there was a lot of animosity backstage over the whole politics, and it's kind of dumb.
I heard that was more Enzo though. He was causing heat with everybody,
instigating and stuff. But yeah, they were gonna give him but people don't like talking about the brass ring no more. Ever since Zack Ryder took that brass ring and tried to do what he did with the show, you know what I mean, try to get popular, and he did, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But I it would have been cool if any of those guys were in there, but I don't know. There was a lot of rumors that might happen, stuff like that, but they should just pull the trigger. People would have really enjoyed the Rumble if they had some of those guys in there, you know what I mean. But they kept doing what they do, you know what I mean. Go ahead.
And on top of that, Brock didn't need the Rumble like we all said, because
he didn't.
Roman cost him the belt. So technically, he shouldn't even have to win the Rumble to face Roman.
Right.
The winner of the Rumble should have faced Lashley at WrestleMania, in my opinion. That's who they should have made win the Rumble to face Lashley, while you already have your Brock and Roman match set up.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny said Cass was harassing Mela after the breakup.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That could be something right there.
Yeah.
Because Mela was more on a high, up than he was. You know what I mean? In the women's division. So,
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
But I agree with you, man. Like once I saw Brock get screwed and all that, and that whole thing happened with Roman, I was like, okay, that match is set. You know what I mean? Now we can have someone new win it. You know what I mean? I don't like how Big E lost the title in the first place.
Nobody like that.
Like,
they made him look like a chump. Yeah, they made him look bad.
Yeah, so I don't like that. I don't mind Bobby Lashley having the championship. You know what I'm saying? But like, I still think Big E should still be the champion. Which goes to my other question. Now, what happened in Raw? Now Brock Lesnar's gonna be in Elimination Chamber. So, are they gonna do title versus title? You know that because that was the rumor before the Rumble, the title versus title kind of thing. Are they gonna put them together again?
Brock came out and said that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, he wants to unify
came out
them.
And he said it during his promo. I want to unify the titles. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
In some ways, I wish they would unify it, but in other ways, I mean, I don't know. I just got mixed feelings on that.
Yeah.
I felt like you can't unify
with two shows. On each
yeah,
show.
That's the thing, because when they unified them before, that's what led to the creation of the Universal title.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And then you have the Universal, and everybody's like, Universal? You know, people hated that title.
Hey, I was like, man, are they going to defend the title in the universe? You know, on Jupiter?
It's
Those
bigger.
are the masters of the universe setting and face Skeletor for the title?
They do have a match scheduled for Uranus, but I don't know if it'll make it up there.
Oh, snap. Dude love. Yeah, when that Universal title first came out, it's like, okay, so they're trying to make it a big title. Oh, this is a big title. So what's bigger than the world? Universe, why not? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Are they backing off from that? Like Roman Reigns has been the longest reigning current champion of a major title, but everybody knows the WWE title is the biggest title. You can name the other one, whatever you want to name it. The WWE title is the prestigious one, and whoever has that championship is the one people look at the most. You know what I'm saying? So, is Roman Reigns' reign mean anything? You think like a couple of years from now, people gonna be talking about that reign? You guys think?
I don't know. I
He's
ain't
beating a lot of big names
to really think about it.
JT?
Hey, go ahead.
Go. JT, you had something to say?
He's beaten a lot of big names in his run. You know,
Yeah.
Kevin Owens and I think Seth and a bunch of top guys. But I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying, that they look down on the Universal title. It's not as, it's the B belt, I guess, because it's the B show. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how. He's been dominant and the push has been huge, but I don't know. I don't know.
Puff, what are you gonna say? You want to say something with that?
I like what Russ said. Drax should win the title if it's a Universal title.
Bring it back to the MCU. You know what I mean?
That's right. But I'm more of the mindset of just unify the belts and have one champion defended on both shows. No, all the other belts they can keep in place, but just have one main champion on both shows.
I agree. You have one main champion, one somebody, then because you have all these other titles. Make those titles more important again. You know what I mean? When you have like two big titles, nobody's gonna. The Intercontinental title should be what it used to be. Like people,
it's worthless now.
Kill themselves for that title because they know winning that title and have a good run on that title will bring you to one of these.
And that's the problem. Like all secondary belts are worthless. They don't mean nothing. You could be WWE champ or Universal champ, and if it's a failed run, guess what? You'll go right back to the US or Intercontinental title, and it's like you're retreading ground again.
Yeah. Sad but true.
Yeah, but with the unified champion, that cuts down on less title matches because that was the problem when it was unified. Which does the championship mean more, or does the United States or Intercontinental Championship mean more?
But here's the thing: the way WWE been releasing a lot of talent, I'm like, you're already shrinking some of your pools, so you might as well just go back to single titles anyway. Because you're not really doing much with the other titles in the first place. They're not even important no more. I'd rather them just scale it back and just focus on the three main titles: the tag, the IC, and the WWE Championship, and everybody work around that. Because that's how it was back in the day, where you just didn't have to worry about all these various championships, that don't really mean nothing. Just keep it down to 3 or 4 titles at best.
Yeah. Back in the day,
yeah.
the IC title was called the Workhorse Championship, and that was usually the guy that was going to get groomed for the heavyweight title. And I agree. I think they should go back to that. Make the secondary titles mean a little bit more than what they do. The tag team scene is nothing like it used to be either. I mean, there's not even that many tag teams on the roster, to be honest.
Hey, how many times are we going to see the Usos and New Day battle each other?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Classic matches, but we've seen so many of them so many times. You know what I mean? Like, I agree. What happens is they like breaking up the tag team. They'll have a tag team. They'll be hot, and then they break them up, and then they go on their merry ways. They want some of them being singles, but I feel like some of those don't even pan out. You know what I mean? They end up not in the championship scene and they get lost. You know what I mean? Why? Make it more important. Like, I just feel like the tag titles, like, I don't think they really care about the tag team division like that. You know what I mean? Like, not like they used to. It used to be such a huge deal. Like the people kill themselves for the tag titles. You know what I mean? When you saw like the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and all that. Man, they used to go wild for those championships. So I don't even know if you're gonna see that anymore. Yeah, and you have 2 of them.
and when they made a big deal about the New Day breaking Demolition's record of being longest reigning tag team, I'm like, man, they probably only fought like 2-3 teams. Demolition had a wealth of tag teams that they faced during their 1 year, their long title reign. So you can't even say that New Day's run was better.
Yeah, definitely. We got some new people up in here. Of course, Danny said no one talked about Brock's universal reign, and his was 500 days. Punk's reign means more. Yeah, it did. It does. It actually does. Bobby De La Good, Hardcore Station. What's going on, Bobby? The Big Llama Show. I remember when Intercontinental title was big time. Macho Man run was so much fun. It was. I agree. Make the Intercontinental Championship important again. Love Shinsuke, but he doesn't need
Hulk
the title to defend it.
Oh man, I watched that match so many times as a kid. From the WrestleMania tapes and stuff. So I have fond memories of that match.
That was my favorite match as a kid. I just loved it because I was so torn. Because as a kid, I love Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? He was everybody talking about comic books and all that. My first superhero was Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean?
Me too.
He was everywhere. So like, and then you see the Ultimate Warrior, and you love that guy too. And now they're fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was special. I mean, you know what I mean? That's what people remember. Real quick, in your Binja station. They don't even know how to utilize the talent they have. They have superstars wasting away on the roster and not being used. Oh, Ninja with the knowledge. You wrestling fan, Ninja. Nice.
Ninja. Nice. Anytime you want to come on, we'll give you the women's title.
Yeah, join us.
You want to hold the women's title, bring it on.
Oh man, Big Llama said that this helps them develop a character and learn how to tell a story. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. We grew up in the era, with the Hogans and the Macho Mans and stuff like that. One thing about those characters compared to wrestling today with the characters, nobody today you can't do imitations of today's wrestlers like we could do a Hogan, like we could do a Flair, like, you could do a Rock or Austin. I see these wrestlers today, and there's nothing special about them character-wise compared to those over-the-top characters that we grew up with. You know, and we all could do the Hulk Hogan brother. You know, what you gonna do? And the Macho Man, oh yeah. We all could do that, but then you look at today's wrestling, there's nothing that makes me want to try and imitate them because they sound lame. You know, they don't sound interesting enough. And I feel like that's a lost art of wrestling where you can't imitate the wrestlers that you're watching today because they don't have the personalities that the older ones had. I mean, look, Brother Joe was doing Dude Love, man. I mean, Dude Love, Mankind, Cactus Jack. I mean, Roscoe.
Oh, shit, Puppy. What'd you do?
Is he gonna change? He got
eliminated. He got eliminated. I don't know what he's gonna do now. Yeah, man. I agree with a lot of that. You do have some talent out there. Do you think there's too much wrestling now? Maybe there's just too much because you can see it anywhere. You got like before back in the day we had superstars in the weekend. You know the two.
Bang bang
bang bang.
Oh, you may have eliminated Dude Love, but now you got to mess with Cactus Jack, baby.
Bang bang.
Nice.
So I expect the last half hour to see the deranged one.
Oh man, we might all want to run when we see that one.
I'll run from Cactus Jack.
Yeah. We don't want none of barbed wire bat, nothing like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, right here. Ninja, I appreciate that, Brother Joey.
Put up with us.
Danny was like, worst match of the night.
Man said overrated superstar.
Star and the Miz. Yeah, I understand that. I didn't hate it, but it didn't need to be there. That could have been a Raw match or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I agree with that. You know. So like we're going off the rails a little bit, Brother Joe, with the whole change costume, but but yeah, like I was saying earlier, is there too much wrestling? You have so much wrestling everywhere. Are we just tired of so much wrestling? Are we just used to it? Are we just like spoiled? You know what I mean?
So I'll say this: when WCW died, and all we had was WWE, and this during the reign of terror of Triple H, I wanted something else, man. I wanted to get away from the WWE, and that's when I discovered TNA. That's when I discovered Ring of Honor and other independent promotions. And I was happy again. I was like, I'm seeing some new talent, some fresh matches and stuff like that. I was enjoying it. But then around the late 2000s, early 2010s, just these promotions just popping up everywhere, nonstop. You know, MLW had a run early in the 2000s, then they came back. You got all these House of Glory, you know, and all these other promotions. I'm like, damn, is they trying to like return to the territory days, but only just with independence instead of various territories? So it's like it, and now you got the what was that though? The Wrestling Network, the World Wrestling Network, WWN.
Yeah,
and it's like it is getting a bit much, you know. And then you had AEW came into play, GCW, and all that stuff. So there are a lot of promotions out there. But a lot of the main folks still stick with their WWE. You got your AEW hardcore audience. It's almost like they're just ready for them to clash and not just AEW versus NXT, you know, AEW versus WWE. But to me, there are a lot of promotions out there, and you know, a lot of them are just kind of like using some of the same talent, you know, because that's what the indies was doing. They would use a lot of the same talent.
Yeah, before like the territory days, it was a little easier because not everybody was on TV. Yeah. But now you can see everybody all the time. So maybe that kind of like maybe that might be one of the reasons why we feel the way we feel. We see so much of it, it doesn't feel special no more. Because I remember they used to set up the weekend show. You got superstars and and I forgot what the other ones. The WWE used to have 2 shows, one on Saturday and one on
Challenge, yeah.
Wrestling Challenge, yeah. And that used to set up the pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You would never know what happened in the not the pay-per-views, the live shows. That would set up the live shows. They would have a whole story, and you never know what happens because you had to go to the live show to see what happened. You know what I mean? Then like the next week, you don't even know what happened in the live show.
Like,
you know what
I mean?
like
you're looking in the TV guy waiting for Saturday night main event to come back.
Heck
man.
yeah,
hell yeah,
yeah. And I hate it because I was
staying
like,
up
really
as a
young.
little kid.
Yeah, like
and you'd be
I would
pissed if
knock
you
out
missed
before.
it.
I would knock out before it.
That's why they put the actual main event on first, because they know the show goes to like 1 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
So they we'll put the big guns out first, and then like the last matches be like nothing matches.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be like anything the story wise that would happen, and you will actually see what happened after the weekend shows. You know what I mean? Because I could have stand there as a kid. Like I would go the next week, and not realizing they're setting up for the live shows. You got to go watch the live shows.
Back then they did a lot of promotions towards the live events. You know, that you had to get tickets for and stuff like that. Nowadays it's different. With Raw and then Nitro, it became more TV centric. You know, now we ain't really got to promote live events. Like if people want to come to live events, hey, we're going to give them a show. But now everybody wants to watch it on TV, and that's where live events didn't incorporate a lot of the storylines.
Big Llama says AEW brought back some of the old school gimmicks, like actually win-loss records. Did you guys like that from the AEW? The win-loss records?
I mean, they want to lend themselves more to a sports-centric crowd, and I can understand that, but I don't really care either way, to be honest.
Same. I mean, it's not like winning a whole lot of matches is going to get you anywhere, because it's predetermined.
Right.
You're not guaranteed to be on the top guy.
Right.
So the Mega Powers breakup was the best episode of Saturday night's main event. Yeah, I gotta agree. That was. I see that lust in your eyes, Brother Joe.
A lot of that stuff when you watch back now is so hokey. Like Hogan praying to Elizabeth while she's in the bed and stuff. Oh God, and stuff like that.
Oh,
what about Hogan and Andre on Friday night main event, where the twin refs gimmick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I literally cried. I cried because Hogan lost.
I stood awake for that one. Yeah.
Danny, you still believe it?
Predetermined? What?
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Don't burst my bubble. Don't burst my bubble. It's just like what I heard in the comic book community. Floppies are dead. They're dying out. Well, there's still people buying it, and wrestling's dead. Wrestling's dead is dying out. Well, there's still people watching it. So what the heck?
Yeah, they're just separated now. Everybody's got their own they like.
Hey,
now,
I cannot sit through 3 hours of Raw. I'm sorry.
I can't either.
Like, I'll just catch the cliff notes or whatever, but no.
I don't sit on it live. I watch it so I can fast forward the commercials and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I watch Raw. Can't watch it like that no more unless I'm doing something. You know,
the only good Raws are really usually the ones that come off of a pay-per-view. Like say the Rumble's on Saturday or Sunday, then the next Raw is usually pretty good because they're setting up new stories. But Raw, I can't do Raw. I can't do 3 hours of Raw. Matter of fact, I was kind of hoping Kevin Owens would leave for AEW because I was really only watching it for him.
For a little while. I want him to become Mr. Wrestling Kevin Steen again.
Yeah, Kevin Steen's my boy. Man.
I don't.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he resign? He resigned.
Yeah, he resigned.
I don't think he resigned unless if he weren't happy, he would have left. You know what I mean? I don't think. That one's tough for me because when he won the championship a bunch of times. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. It's just you can't be in that title run all the time. You know what I mean? And he's still on TV all the time. He's always on TV. You know what I mean? So that one, I could understand why he stayed. People are like, oh, why would he do that? Because not everybody who goes to AEW is gonna do something. There's too many talent over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody. They got a clean house. They letting wrestlers that signed with them when they first started, they letting their contracts expire and they're not re-signing them. So
yeah,
brothers, what they're getting
Look at
because
Brian
they're
Cage.
working for a living. You know, for the love of money. Here comes the money. Everybody does it for the money. If you ain't making that money, if your contract ain't right, I ain't busting my bones for free.
Yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, that's why I always like people. I don't believe because there's so many like there's a lot of clickbait. You know what I mean? Like you go, so I don't even know what to believe anymore. Like you see all these wrestling YouTube, Wrestlemania and all this. You guys watch that?
yeah, Wrestlemania, wrestling bios, wrestling with regret.
I don't see none of that.
I used to, and then like a lot of times it'd be like clickbait. It was nothing. I was like, oh man, I'm wasting my time.
I tend to like wrestling bios more because he talked more about the old school stuff. You know,
Yeah.
His reliving the war series is amazing. And it's hilarious too. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was wondering if you guys watched that. I used to watch it for a while. Every once in a while, if there's something that does attract me or something like that, I would click it. But for the most part, which one? It's not Wrestlemania. It's the other one that the guy goes through the whole Raw show. Like if you didn't have time to watch Raw, he'll go through the whole show, and and he's a funny dude. I don't remember which one was it. Danny probably knows who's that YouTuber that does it. It's a group of them. I forgot. Whatever. I'm gonna keep going.
There's a couple of those. There's a couple of groups.
Yeah.
Is
but
it
this
the one
guy,
from
he's
England?
a funny dude. Yeah, he sounds like he's from England.
Okay.
What culture?
What happened?
What culture? Is it the What Culture Wrestling?
Oh yeah, that's the
yeah.
What Culture?
That's them. Yeah, that's definitely them. Yo, they're awesome. They're awesome. I like those guys. I mean, once in a while, I do watch them for the replay because I found myself like after I got back into comic books and stuff like that, I do miss Raw here and there, and I watch a recap and see what happens. So I don't watch it religiously like I used to. I still watch it, but and I still pay attention to what's going on. But I'm also trying to watch AEW. You know what I mean? And the New Japan stuff I used to watch a lot. They took that, they brought it back, but they took that out of the channel, the actual channel, Access channel, and then like ever since they did that, I stopped watching that. You know what I mean? But yeah, any of you guys watch any of the New Japan stuff when it was on TV or stuff like that?
I watched the New Japan when it was on Access TV.
Access, yeah.
I love it so much. I watched it with the Japanese captions, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I'll say this. I did not mind listening to Japanese commentary, even if I didn't understand what the hell they were saying.
We'll be fluent in a couple of years.
Yeah, because it's like they always had that excitement when they talk about it, and I was like,
yeah,
I could dig it, man.
Wrestle Talk. Thank you. You. That was the one. Wrestle Talk. Thank you, Papa Wheelie. That's the one. I know I derailed you. What we were talking about?
You talking about New Japan?
Yeah, New Japan. So I started watching New Japan when AJ Styles went on there because I always was a huge AJ Styles from TNA, and I always thought at the time he was the best in the world. Like to me, you know what I mean? So like, and always I was like, for him to prove it, he's got to go to the WWE and do it there, and he did. He went over there, won the championship, did the TNA thing, then he came to WWE and did it here. So I was on top of the world when he did that. He's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers now. But
man, I was surprised at how quick he got pushed in WWE, considering how WWE are.
Yeah.
So when he came in,
he's
got
not
that
their
push.
guy. He's not their guy,
Yeah, but when he came in, got that push and won the title, I was like, "Oh, AJ, man, you getting that? You finally getting that respect, man? Because like I've been following AJ since the TNA ROH days, and because of that, and this is why, I'm such a big wrestling fan. I started watching multiple promotions that he always participated in, whether it's PWG, IWA, Mid-South, and all that stuff. I just wanted to watch more of his stuff. And, that's how I found out about other wrestlers, like Claudio Castagnoli, who's now Cesaro in WWE, and multiple other wrestlers. So, me getting away from the WWE box and branching out to find new wrestlers got me into the guys who are in WWE right now.
Yeah. Danny right now, he's right. He introduced me to the Bullet Club. Like when I met him and all that, he was into all that indie stuff, and I knew some of the stuff, but I learned a lot from him from all those indie stuff. Like we would talk about it all the time, like uh Brian Danielson and all that. I learned that from him. So you know what I
The
mean, like
American Dragon.
the American Dragon. There you go. Yeah, yeah. So like, yeah, he had a big because I was pro WWE. I did like all the other wrestling stuff, but I didn't know where to look a lot of the times, and he helped me. He helped me get through that path. The New Japan stuff, once I saw that on TV, I was digging it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Man, Kenny Omega in New Japan. Oh,
yeah,
all his matches were almost like instant classics.
Shinsuke Nakamura before he came to the WWE.
Yeah.
Great matches. Him and AJ had a great match over there, which didn't live up to the hype when he came over here. They fought in WrestleMania. It wasn't as good. But yeah, there's so many Ibushi over there. You know, he was pretty good. Yep. He's still doing it. So yeah, I love the New Japan stuff.
Naito,
there you go. There you go.
That was my dude
there you
right
go. There. Yeah. So
and hell, before New Japan, when I was watching Ring of Honor, I got into Dragon Gate, and that introduced me to those guys. You know, all those guys from Dragon Gate wrestling, the speedsters and all the high flying and stuff, and then the power wrestling, and then pro wrestling Noah. You know, that's when I got to see the tape of Joe versus Kobashi. Man, you talk about.
I'm still trying to track that down.
You talk about head dropping and chops and all that shit. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I gotta see that match.
Papa Weir said Gorilla and Bobby are legends, but JR and King is number one for him when it comes to announcers.
I want to get to that question. Big Lima posted. Like I had more the JR and King, whereas I caught more the tail end of Bobby and Gorilla. But I always liked the Jesse the Body Ventura. He was like one of my favorites because he always side with the heels and sometimes
he kept Vince in line.
Man, I can't go back and listen to Vince no more because he sounds like an idiot when he talks stuff. I'm like, yo, Jesse is speaking facts and you sounding like an idiot, always defending the baby faces. Bro, stop.
It always worked. Like me being a kid, I always sided with Vince because I was that guy that loved the heroes and stuff. I always like the heels were heels, and to me, like they were really assholes. Like they were really. That's who they really were, you know what I mean?
But I'll say this: Hogan was a babyface, but that motherfucker cheated a lot.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Back breaks and all that. Yo, when I watched the '89 Rumble, and he got tossed by the Twin Towers. This motherfucker didn't even want to leave. He pulled Boss Man out and eliminated him. Yeah. I was like, you sore loser, and that's why the fans turned on him when Sid did it.
I love when Jesse used to point that out when he did that, and Bobby the Brain Heenan was the best when he like on camera he hated Hulk Hogan. I knew he and the time when Hulk Hogan did the drop became NWO. He's like, I told you all along, you know, Bobby the Brain. He was great, man.
People say he spoiled it, but I'm like, that's Bobby, man. He like, what side is he on? Because that's something that he would say.
Yeah. My favorite will always probably be Bobby and Gorilla because they will always argue. You know what I mean?
Royal Rumble '92 was the best commentating from Monsoon and Heenan. Man, Ric Flair #3 and Ric Bobby Flair, losing
it. Yeah, man. Like, there you go. I mean, we went off the rails, but like I said, we're talking wrestling. We might as well keep going, because we all agree that this Royal Rumble was mediocre. So like we don't like Brock Lesnar winning it and all that. So we pushed that aside a little bit. What are your favorite? I guess Ric Flair's your favorite WrestleMania moment. I mean Royal Rumble moment. You guys got a favorite Royal Rumble? Started with Puff.
The '92 Rumble is still my favorite. You know, for all the legends that was in that Rumble, they all had battles with Ric Flair in the '80s. So it was great to see them interact with him in that match. You know, the whole Hogan and Sid thing at the end where you side with Sid because like, yo, Hogan, you got eliminated cleanly and yet you acting like a baby and complaining and stuff. So I love that match. And another Rumble that to me is underrated and it had another big moment was Royal Rumble 90, the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior Showdown.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I love that. I remember as a kid freaking out when that happened in the Rumble. Top tier moment. And then another one, the Rumble was average, but the last half of it was good. And I posted it a couple of weeks ago, and that was when Austin and Bret Hart had the showdown in the Rumble.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite Rumble right there. Because I was just like, who? Oh man, that's my favorite one right there. You already got my favorite right there.
That just the way Bret's music hits and he comes out, it's like such a badass moment, you know, and him and Austin throwing down. And then the way Austin won the Rumble just made us like so creative.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Brother Joe, do you have a favorite Royal Rumble?
Well, I'd like the three faces of Foley when he came in. That popped him because what other wrestler has three different personas?
Yeah,
true.
He kept getting eliminated and came back as another character.
Yeah, I think it might be time to toss Cactus. 98.
98. There you go.
98.
You're awesome, Puff. Thank you. Because my years are starting to get bad. I used to know the years. I don't know them anymore.
I get old timers all the time.
You have a favorite Royal Rumble, JT?
Nothing really stands out to me, to be honest. But now that Puff brought up, the Hogan and Warrior Rumble, that stood out to me as well. I remember that now, and maybe the one where I think John Cena was injured, and he came back really, really quick. It was in New York.
Oh yeah,
and that entrance blew everybody. That blew everybody's mind.
And that was a time where people were starting to boo him a lot.
Yeah.
And then when he came out, they cheered the heck out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when they figured he was gonna win it, then they booed him again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, another good one, and it's mainly for the final part. Royal Rumble 2007, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels in the last part of it.
Yeah.
That pretty much set the tone for the two WrestleMania matches we got out of them too.
Yeah.
Danny said Rumble at the Garden with Cena return was one of the best, and I almost got tickets to that show. I didn't know it was like last minute that year. I think when they went to the Garden, I think something happened. They announced that kind of late. I think that was the year they announced that late. I would have went to that Rumble with John Cena. He said Braun winning the Saudi Arabia Rumble was the best Rumble.
Is that the one where Titus slid under the ring?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. What's funny is I'm watching that live, and you feel for him. You hope he don't get hurt. And once you see him get up, you see Michael Cole laugh his ass off.
He's good.
He couldn't stop laughing. Oh man! And all the memes that came on the internet after that. Oh my God, it was great. You guys see Coffee missed the spot during the Royal Rumble this year. Yeah, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
I was hoping they didn't pull no bullshit and say, he's still in it. I'm like, nah, I saw his feet touch the first time. But yeah, I did feel bad for him, man.
Yeah, Coffee. Yeah, the Coffee spot. Yeah. What you got there? What you got? So he's already at the part where he starts showing the autograph. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
I didn't
got a
bring
Coffee
it up,
autograph right there.
Yeah. I didn't bring it up. I told you.
Oh, wait.
I told
you. Well, we're gonna get to the show and tell part in a minute. I know we've been here for almost an hour. We're still talking Royal Rumble.
That Friday, I told him, Kofi, do something spectacular.
Harris is like, my bad, Big Kerm. I thought for a split second there was a box of bootios behind you. This one right here, the Cinegram. I wish, man. I wish I got me a box of those. Oh man, 2006 Raid one. Yeah, you're that guy. That's your favorite. Rey Mysterio one. You guys remember that one?
Yeah,
finally won.
Him and Triple H were number 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Taker.
He went on to face Lesnar, didn't he? After that.
No, Kurt Angle and Randy Orton.
Oh, Randy Orton. That's right.
Yeah, Kurt Angle.
Taker and Shawn was last 2 in Rumble, and the next year there was the first 2 in the Rumble. Yeah. So so you guys So, anything you guys want to talk about the Rumble before we close it out? The first hour was supposed to be for the Rumble, and we had a lot of fun. But I do want to talk about the Hearts because it's February. I want to talk about the Hart family and all like that. So, you guys got anything you want to add to this before we wrap this segment up?
I'm ready to move on to the Hearts, man.
Move on to the Heart. Yeah, real quick. I guess you want to talk about the Hearts, or you guys want to show your show and tell real quick before we get to the Hearts.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We can do the show and tell last.
All right.
We can do that last. All right, let's talk about the Hearts because that's what the banner says right here. You know what I mean? The Hart family and stuff like that. So, yeah, real quick, Brother Joe, I'll let you start this segment. Like the Hart family. What you got for us?
I met 2 out of the 3.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I met her several times. She was beautiful. She's real nice.
Yeah, I always heard that she's great with the fans.
Oh, man, you met the King of Hearts? You met the King of Hearts, you say?
Owen Hart?
Signing. He was at a signing. Me and my wife were there. Standing in line. And then right before we got to him, the fans had adopted that chant. Nugget. So he was starting to get a little perturbed. He looked at my wife and said, I hate that chant. My wife said, Owen, you're the best. You're the best. The best there is, but you're the best, so I wouldn't even sweat it. And he looked at her and smiled and said, thanks. Signed up to give us his autograph. And then 2 months later, that's when he fell from Kemper.
Yeah, and that was over there at Kansas City when he fell off, right?
Yeah.
You were in the building?
I was there.
Brother Joe, you were in the building? Yeah. So I know we talked about this before in one of our shows, but what you wanted to say something, Puff?
I'm still saddened at that. I wish that he never went up there to do that stunt. Because you never know when the stunt go wrong, and that unfortunate day, it should have never happened. And the fact that the show went on just makes it even worse.
Yeah, a lot of people felt like they should have canceled that show from that spot right there.
They thought Vince wanted him to do the Sting thing. He wanted to do do the Sting, but he wasn't into it.
Yeah, this sucked.
He came down from the Raptors.
Yeah.
But it didn't really make sense for Owen to do it, considering that just because he was doing the Blue Blazer thing didn't mean he needed to come down from the Raptors, man. Like that didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it did either.
Yeah.
That's because McMahon just wants to pop. He just wants to pop.
Oh yeah. Harris, we're definitely gonna talk about the firing in a little bit. The Shane McMahon stuff. We'll talk about that. Hart Foundation was one of the best tag teams. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. That's how I started. Yeah. I fell in love with Bret the Hitman Hart through him and Jim the Animal Neidhart. You know what I'm saying? And
Yokozuna and Owen.
AEW started a Owen Hart tournament, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I remember my memory of Owen Hart. I remember going to one of the Raw when my cousin took me to a Raw here in Long Island in Nassau Coliseum, and I remember when they used to call him the Nugget, like Brother Joe would say, and "Are you Nugget?" And he would yell, "I'm not a Nugget, I'm a Black Heart." He was always doing that whole thing and stuff like that. This was right before the whole him and Austin and SummerSlam, and he ended up messing up Stone Cold's head and stuff like that. Remember that?
It was after that, because when they did the whole Nugget thing, that was like early '98. That was
okay. You might be
SummerSlam
right.
'97 was when the Austin thing happened.
The Austin, yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I went to that. I went to the Nassau Coliseum when they were calling him a Nugget, and I remember him yelling, and the crowd. There was a lot of heat with the crowd with Owen Hart, and I didn't, I kind of liked Owen Hart, even though he was Bret's brother. and he was the bratty brother who beat him at WrestleMania. And then you saw Bret Hart win at the end the title, and then Owen Hart's like looking at him like, with that look. I thought Owen Hart was great heel. You know what I mean?
Oh, phenomenal heel.
Great wrestler. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? You guys, JT, you have any memory with Owen Hart?
Yeah,
His wrestling days?
as good as he was in the ring, what he's even known more for is his ribs on the guys, on the boys.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a tier of, I think Fuji was number one, and then Owen was like a close number two. Like everybody talks about all the ribs that Owen played on the boys. Like, yeah, he's amazing in the ring, but he was probably one of the best ribbers too.
Only Owen could be a white boy, the only white boy in the Nation of Domination.
and that's funny considering that Crush was a member of it in '97.
Yeah.
But hey, it was the whole thing with the Nation that started when DX brought out the whole Jason sensation and the whole parody of the Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
That was crazy.
The whole thing with the
That
Rock
Spock
and all
dressed
that.
up like Mark Henry.
Truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
The Croc.
The Croc.
The Croc is cooking. That was the whole thing. But Owen Hart, man, that of course my memory is like I said, the WrestleMania where he fought Bret Hart and actually beat him. You know what I mean? And then he was still jealous at the end. Puff, you got a favorite moment of Owen Hart?
Man, there's a couple between the feud with Bret Hart and one of my favorite matches being that cage match at SummerSlam, and then him being the 2-time Slammy Award winner, and the fact that the second one he just went up there and accepted it, and it wasn't even really supposed to go to him, but he just took it himself. He like, yeah, I'm a 2-time Slammy Award winner, and I always loved how he carried his Slammy, man. Woo! He was hilarious, man. Like he was a great wrestler, a great entertainer, a great ribber. He had the whole
really
package.
good, man.
It's the only thing that's missing from his resume is a world title run. And even if it would have been like a transitional reign, I still would have loved.
He should have had one. He should have had one because he had more personality than Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I love the Hitman. I understand
Mm-hmm.
Hitman doesn't have the charisma and the mic skills that Owen had, but what Bret lacked in mic skills, he made up for it in the ring.
Yeah,
he did. He was so good. He was so good.
And Owen just had the complete package, man.
Yeah, he did, man. I appreciated him, and I think when you're a kid, you see the heel part, you hate that guy. Oh, they did their job. If you're, I always say, if now that you know it's predetermined. Sorry, Danny, but now that you know that it's predetermined, you know what I'm saying. If you could have someone, be good on the screen even now, and have you can't stand that guy, I'd be like, oh, that guy got me. He got me. You know what I'm saying? You start appreciating the heel more as you get older than when you were younger. You know what I mean? But when you were younger, you couldn't stand the heel. You couldn't stand that was me. That was me. Like I would fall for that. You know. Then on the heart, I couldn't stand him. But around the time I got older, I really appreciate him. I cried when I saw him when they talk about the whole moment, and we were like, you know, nobody knew what happened, and they announced that he has passed away. Like I literally cried. Like I was really sad. That brawl after it was horrible. You know what I mean?
If you hated him,
heel
loves to hear the boos. They get a rush off the boos. A babyface gets a rush off the cheers.
Yeah.
If they're getting a house full of boos, they know they're doing something right.
And if they get enough boos where they cause a riot, then they know they really got the fans in a heated moment.
Yeah, people got violent, man.
Back in the 70s and 80s, bro, them fans really believe that shit.
Yeah, you have women throwing stuff at them and trying to kill them and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how crazy that was back then. You know what I mean? Like you would hear stories like that.
Human juice thrown on you.
Oh, oh, that's horrible.
Hey, the NWO was cool, but man, the ring filled up with trash all the time, man.
Shit, yeah.
When that first happened, yo, Hulk Hogan was hated, man. People wanted to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like it was brutal. You know what I mean? They showed like him going into the limo and his family like complaining, like, don't they know? It's a part of the show. You know what I mean? Like, you saw, like, wow.
Wonder.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead, I would wonder how much trash would be there, man. You know, I never saw that much stuff laying around the arena when I go, but man, there was trash like fill that ring.
Yeah, man. So the Hart family, man. It goes past, of course, Bret and Owen. It kept going. Like of course you got Natty, who's probably one of the best female wrestlers of all times. You know what I mean? Still doing it. You know what I mean? And of course Stu Hart was the leader of the dungeon, the whole Hart dungeon. Brother Joe, do you ever hear any stories down south in Kansas City about the Hart dungeon and all that stuff like that?
I was gonna say, how would you like to live in the Harts as a rookie wrestler, a beginner wrestler, go into the dungeon and have Stu Hart tie you up in
For
knots
hours.
for hours.
Yeah, I hear those nightmare stories, man.
He'd get you in a hold and keep you in there for 30 minutes. And you know, what would you do? Hey, you could get out. And of course, if you watch the show, hey, he's back. You watch the show.
It's about that time.
You know, they had a bear live under. You know, back then, wrestling and carnival people were the same. They lived the same life. So apparently, up in Calgary, they had a carnival. Some guy owned a bear. Had no place to put him, so they let him live under the porch. Live under the porch at the Hart House. And Natty and them would tell stories about eating ice cream on the porch and letting their toes hang out, and the bear would lick. They let the ice cream drop on their toes and stuff, and the bear would lick it off and shit. Now, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
10 people. You got a house full of people, and you got 10 other people living there that are wrestlers like Benoit, Jericho, and people like that when they were training. Of course, you know, they made room for them.
Yeah. Super Rush
had
here
no
said,
money.
Yeah. You got it,
You had no money. If you wanted to become a wrestler and stuff, you had to live out of your car. You know.
That was.
They wasn't making a lot of money, man. Between the hard traveling and, you know, wrestling almost every other night,
going from town to town.
Yeah.
Especially up here in the Northeast and stuff like that, all through the Canadians when they went through up there and all that. You would hear a lot of the horror stories, like them, like you would hear like Edge and all the Christian when they used to have their podcast. You would hear them say like Rhino, they would travel through a frozen lake to get to the next town. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to make it. You know what I mean? Real quick, Super Rush 9000 said, I was 16 when Hulk Hogan went heel and dropped the leg on Savage. I believe so strong that it was real. I threw my Hulkamania shirt in the trash. I was devastated. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. A lot of people, you guys can stick it. You know what I mean? Maybe one day we'll have like a Hulk Hogan segment on this show.
And speaking of the Harts, so I'm such a big Bret Hart fan that when he turned heel, I didn't turn on him. I supported him. I don't give a damn. When he said like, America can kiss my ass, I was like, I'm still with you, Bret. I'm still
but I was too, but I kind of questioned, like, damn, what?
I was like, I'm too much of a Bret loyalist to turn on him, man. Hey, it's not like, and that's the funny thing. Like when you watch from his return to Survivor Series to WrestleMania, it's funny how his story parallel with what happened in Montreal because he was getting screwed over so much, you know, with the Royal Rumble loss, the Sid match, and stuff like that. Like technically Bret was never wrong. He just did it about it in a whiny, complaining way that people was getting tired of him and start booing him and cheering Austin. So I was like, man, why should I turn on Bret when everything he's saying is actually true? Like, he has been getting screwed over by the company, so I can't turn on him just because he turned on the people that's actually turning on him.
Now that's a loyal fan, Puppy. That's a loyal fan.
Danny said the GOAT.
I'll admit, though.
Hart fan too.
I'll admit, though, when Austin beat him up in the ambulance, I was like, damn, this is too hilarious for me not to like. That shit was classic.
Puff, how did you feel about the Goldberg kick?
The hilarious one is when Austin beat up Booker T in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
What you say, JT?
How did you feel about the Goldberg kick to Bret? Did you have an opinion?
It ended his career in terms of wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was the end.
And Bret has said a lot of things about Goldberg, and I'm not the biggest Goldberg fan. I know he was like big in WCW, but when you watch his matches, there's really nothing special. You just want to see Goldberg come spear, jackhammer, be gone. But with Bret, I felt like he threw that kick up, and it literally just kicked him in the head and concussed Bret to the point where Bret couldn't continue afterwards. Like, he continued wrestling, but
it wasn't the same. Yeah,
he wasn't the same, and it affected him, more in the long term.
They just put that rocket on Bill Goldberg, and I don't think he was even. I know he was trained per se, but he didn't have that much experience.
And this is a time where I was really losing it with WCW because I did not like. We ain't even talked about the screw job, and I feel like that's been talked about enough. But I really didn't like how WCW utilizes Bret by having him join the NWO or be on their side.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think they wanted to use him really. I think they just wanted to take him away from the WWE. They gave him more money.
I agree.
Yeah, they gave him money, and then when he gets there, nothing. Like, we don't even get a Bret Hogan match. And I think that's one of the reasons why they had him join the NWO, so we don't get that match. And then when Hogan disappears in 99, at the end of 99, and Bret finally get the belt, Vince Russo does all this stupid booking shit. And even in that Goldberg match, they got to do a screw job ending. And I'm like, why are y'all recreating the Montreal screw job over and over again?
Yeah. That was Eric Bischoff's downfall.
Yeah, they kept, and then they reformed the NWO again. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I stopped watching WCW at that point.
Well, everybody was joining NWO. You get to join NWO. You get to join NWO.
Everybody joins NWO. The whole damn company was NWO.
It's like Oprah with the cars.
Eric had wrestling in the palm of his hand, and he didn't know how to utilize it. That was the pivot point in the Monday Night Wars when WCW was climbing and WWF was failing. Eric got all that talent, WCW talent, and he didn't know how to use it. And he pleased Nash and Hall and Hogan, and he said, "To hell with everybody else."
And that was another thing. Like, WCW had a great undercard and mid card with the cruiserweights and the Benoits and Jerichos. Then you get the same old with the NWO. You guaranteed interference, same old crap. Did not change for 3 years. The guys got tired of that, and they said, you know what, I'm going to take my talents to WWF. Jericho went, Benoit went. Once they lost those guys, man, their mid-card and undercard was trash.
Yeah.
It was horrible. In 2000, it's hard to rewatch in WCW.
You remember Rey Mysterio without his mask?
Oh, man.
Yes.
I remember that.
The Filthy Animals, when they came out of LWO and all that, right before they all...
Yeah, they all got tired of the politics being played in WCW. And Bret Hart suffered the worst because you could see it in his eyes that he did not want to, be a part of this new NWO. Like, even that night, the night after Starrcade, he tried to get out the ring while the rest of the NWO in the ring celebrating, and somebody came to Bret, told him something, and he's like, "Fuck," and he had to go back in the ring and beat with the guys. So I was like,
like Herm said earlier, everybody joined the NWO. What do you think, NWO red or NWO white?
Wolfpack and the black and white, man. It was, and it took over WCW to the point where nobody else got over. Nobody else got over. The only way you can get semi over is to join the NWO. And I remember he's pretty underrated. Disco Inferno when he joined the NWO.
Have those guys go at it. Why didn't Eric have red and white go at each other once in a while? Shit.
Yeah, it was a mess.
That's why Sting was so special, because he was the last beacon. He was the last one he wouldn't join. I mean, I know he was with the Wolfpack for a little bit, but he'd hide up in the ceiling for over a year until that build with Hogan, and that was crazy.
Yeah, the only ones who got over was Goldberg, during his initial push, and now DDP. DDP came and got over with the Macho Man feud, and that really, propelled his career to the top. But nah, Buff Bagwell ain't the real MVP when all he's doing is
Speaking of Royal Rumble, Bad Bunny and them, what'd you think about that fiasco with David Arquette winning the belt?
Oh, that was like a death knell.
God,
that was horrible.
I didn't like it.
Man, that happened here. That happened in Kansas City, and that's what that really pissed me off.
Hell, I didn't even like Jeff Jarrett being in the main event. I was slap nuts.
Yep.
He ain't never drew a dime. Oh man. Hey, you're muted. You're muted, Herm. You're muted.
That's what happens when people want to push you.
Yeah, we got you.
All right. We're trying to. All right, let's get back to like the Hearts. So that's who we were talking about. My man Danny said his favorite match of all time was Bret versus Austin, the submission match. He saw Austin bleeding like that. You know what I mean?
Iconic image.
Yeah.
Best double turn in the business.
Yeah.
That was all Bret Hart. Austin always says like Vince didn't want any bloodshed or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And Bret Hart told him, no, it'll work. Just don't worry. I'll take the blame. You know what I mean? It is the time when Austin was still trying to, get over and stuff. He was already getting to that plateau. But that's Bret Hart right there. He wasn't just about him. If it's right for wrestling, and that's what helped Austin catapult to where he went. You know what I mean? One of all-time greats. You know what I'm saying? It's that match right there. That match was phenomenal because I was rooting for Bret Hart, but the match was so good because I liked both wrestlers at the time. I was already loving Stone Cold Steve Austin before he got popular. When he was stunning Steve Austin, he was doing the whole with Brian Pillman, the fishing thing in WCW. He was trolling the veterans and stuff like that.
Stunning Steve was awesome though.
Yeah, stunning Steve Austin. So I was a little.
He wasn't fishing. He wasn't fishing, Herm. They called themselves the Hollywood Blondes, and he had a camera.
Yeah.
Oh, the camera. Oh, yeah. Okay. I always thought he was talking about fishing, like the old guys were fishing.
Nah, he's like reeling the camera.
Yeah,
okay,
camera.
Got you. Anyway, I used to like all that stuff. So when they fought each other, Bret Hart was my all-time favorite at that time. But Stone Cold was becoming that next one. You know what I mean? And I saw these two. Like to me, they were titans go at it. That match is probably one of my all-time favorites too.
And Bret Hart, what makes him so great is that he makes anybody he wrestles elevate, and he ups them to their top level. Because we talk shit about Kevin Nash, but I always thought his matches with Bret were really good, and especially the Survivor Series '95, that no holds barred match. And Bret always makes his opponents look better than what they normally are. And that's a credit to Bret Hart, and there's a lot of wrestlers that the proverbial carry a broomstick to a 3-star match. And that's what Bret and Flair and a lot of other guys can do that. So that to me is what made Bret special. And when he saw the talent in Austin, he's like, I can make this guy. Even if I win the matches, he's going to come out better. he's going to come out
Yeah.
more popular. And Austin always say that I wouldn't be where I'm at without that Bret Hart feud.
Yeah. Like Danny says, greatest double turn ever.
Yep.
Because babyface Bret Hart, heel Austin, they both turned on that night. You know what I mean? And wasn't that when Bret Hart started doing all that thing with the Canada stuff, and he started doing all that. It was after that, you know. Yeah, I agree. Great match,
and that when he reformed the Hart Foundation with Bulldog and Owen, and Owen giving those fake tears and stuff, like he was trying to rip Bret by telling him, you know, some jokes and stuff while they get together and stuff. But man, that hit hard, you know. Can you say finally after so many years of infighting, the Hart family are back together?
Yeah.
What do you think
about
that? Think about Austin's transition? Nobody brought up ECW. You know, from WCW before he hit. He was hurt, but still, Paul Heyman said, "Look, I can use you
as a promo."
Promos.
Yep.
For a long time, he just cut promos about that he did.
That to me, that's another thing that made ECW special. I know we kind of deviating from the topic, but it happens.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to get back into the Hearts, and you guys keep going.
Yeah, I know. But
just right. Go.
One quick thing about ECW is that you don't even have to go there and wrestle. You could just cut promos and get over on the promos itself, man.
Yeah.
He did a lot of Heyman did a lot of that. Paul Heyman did a lot of that for those guys.
No, he's brilliant, man. Paul Heyman, brilliant. No, he did what he had to do over there to try to keep the company going and stuff like that. You know, imagine him with a little bit more money with that production. They probably would have done even more than WCW. You know what I mean? But he didn't have the money. But that was.
I hear he's writing all the Roman Reigns stuff right now.
Yeah,
and that's like the most interesting thing on SmackDown.
The Roman stuff, like Roman Reigns, what he's doing now, he should have done when they should have turned him heel a long time ago.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because what they want him to be, he would have been right now if they turned him heel a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree.
And now he has like you were saying, his best work is happening now, and because
it is.
Paul Heyman's there. I agree.
Just like Puff and Bret Hart. No matter what Roman does, I'll always love him. You know, I always love him because from good to bad and everything, beating him. You know, well, you can do whatever you want, and I'll still be a fan of his.
Big Kern, take that Knicks hat off. Go Bulls. No way, man. Go away.
Never,
Come on, man. Let's go Knicks,
man.
baby.
Never. Hey, I cried too many times when Jordan beat us in the 90s, so I ain't trying to put no Bulls hat on.
There you go.
Oh, Puff, you're a New York guy too, huh?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, man.
Okay.
Brooklyn. Yeah, that's right, baby. That's right. We Brooklyn boys right here, man. JT, you gotta be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Boston over there, you know. I love you, JT.
Hey, game respects game.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a sports show one day. Like, Puff, if you don't want to join us one day, you know, do some sports. You know what I'm saying? That'd be pretty cool. You know, do a sports show. I've been wanting to do one for a long time, so I'm gonna have to like set that up in the future, in a few months from now.
Yeah.
Let's go Bengals.
Hey, before we move off the Hearts, I want to talk about the British Bulldog.
Go ahead. Yes.
The Bulldog. Another match that I used to watch a lot as a kid was that match he had with Bret Hart at SummerSlam '92. You know, I was like, man, this is a long match, but it's captivating, you know, because it's in Bulldog's country.
Yeah, Wembley Stadium.
And yet, Bret was like, Bulldog was like out of it. He was blown up. And I know, you know, the stories of him being on drugs at that time. And that showed the masterfulness of Bret Hart to carry this man, his brother-in-law, who's married to Diana Hart, to a great match.
Yeah.
But I'll give Bulldog credit, you know, even if he was blown up, he still did some of the right things. And I always loved the British Bulldogs tag team with him and Dynamite.
Yeah.
And he just had that it factor. Another one that could have been a heel world champion. I thought they would give him the belt maybe around 95 when he turned bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, Bulldog had some great matches. He always lost to Shawn Michaels though. That
Oh,
man
yeah.
could never beat Shawn.
Yeah.
Man,
And I was,
I think
don't get my buddy Danny going. He hates Shawn Michaels because
I am not a fan. When Shawn Michaels beat Bret to win the title, now I didn't even watch WWE. I did not. I don't care for Shawn. He's a great athletic wrestler, but he's just that. He likes to do a lot of showboating in his matches, and I wasn't with that shit, man. I was like, get this dancing fool out of my face, man. If I want to see somebody dance, I'll watch Disco Inferno dance, man.
I couldn't. I respect him more now, Sean. But
Yeah,
at that time, I was a Bret Hart guy, so like,
yeah.
I was devastated when he lost that WrestleMania to Sean. So I was like, I hated Sean. So like when you were talking about when he was saying USA sucks and all that, it kind of hurt me down. But I was just like, I understand.
Hey, Bret said it hurt him too because he didn't want to say that.
Yeah, because Bret's very respectful, but like Bret's heel turn was
that
great,
ladder
man.
match between Razor and Shawn didn't get to you.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 10 match.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest matches of all time, man. The WrestleMania in the Garden. But one of my favorite matches, you talk about the British Bulldog, is him and Bret Hart on SummerSlam. In SummerSlam, I forgot what year that was. Was
92.
it 91, 91, 92? There you
92.
go, 92. Yeah, that's one of my all-time
Yeah.
favorite SummerSlam matches right there. We will
Yeah.
name a SummerSlam favorite. That's right there. I love that match.
Now, I'll be honest. I like their rematch a bit better from In Your House 1995. But the SummerSlam match is much more captivating to me. But yeah, like Bulldog has some great matches.
There's a match that it's kind of like a random match. It was a Saturday night's main event, and it was Bret versus Randy the Macho Man. Yeah. And I want to say it was at a time where they were both faces or they were both heels, but they put them together.
I'll tell you. Remember when the Honky Tonk Man fought Macho, and the Hart Foundation helped him out, and they smashed Macho with the chair, the guitar.
Yes.
After that, the next Saturday night, that's when Macho fought Bret.
Oh, is that okay? All right.
Yeah.
But the storytelling and so many years later, I'm still thinking about it. The storytelling in that of Bret working the body part to the point where Randy wrestled, he had to take his boot off. Elizabeth was taking his boot off, and I think the finish was a schoolboy or a roll up at the end. So Savage went over, but awesome match. It's just one of my favorite Bret Hart matches.
Yeah, the psychology of those matches, the selling, the emphasis on working the body part, and then because Bret likes to work the legs to set up the sharpshooter, but at that time the sharpshooter wasn't even an established move yet, so he just worked the leg to try and take away Savage from going to the top doing the elbow. Smart strategy,
right?
And to me, that's what wrestling today is lacking. It's lacking that strategy of psychology. You find a high flyer, ground his ass. Make sure he don't go to the top rope. Make sure he don't jump over you all the time. Work his legs, work that body part like the Andersons used to do. Ole and
Arn.
They would destroy body parts. They would destroy body parts and wreck your whole offense.
I couldn't agree more, Puff.
To me, the psychology element of wrestling is sorely missed.
It is, but I think that has a lot to do with today's. I don't think like a lot of today's fans, they don't have they love the high flying stuff and the spots. You know what I mean? Like
spot monkeys.
Spot monkeys, like Matt Hardy used to say.
Yeah.
It's his brother. You spot monkey. That whole thing was great. We're gonna have to do that one day. Talk about that whole thing with Matt Hardy and all that. That was great. But back to the Harts, Bret Hart. That's why he's like my buddy called him the GOAT. Like I can't even argue with him when it comes to the wrestling part. Like to me, he is the GOAT, man. And very underrated. People are gonna name other people other than Bret Hart, but I realize how great Bret Hart. Oh, one of the all-time greats. That's why he's in my Mount Rushmore. Like if I had to put a Mount Rushmore, I would put him in there. And people know I'm a fan of a lot of these other wrestlers. I have a whole list of wrestlers throughout my time. You know what I mean? But Bret Hart is one of my all-time. The Hart family, I appreciate them so much. Thinking, We had TM here earlier. He's Canadian and stuff. See, I told you. Oh man. And
Yeah, it was a toss-up.
that isn't a real heart.
When TM asked me which wrestling persona he should go with to go on the Hunter show, it was a toss-up between Bret or the Mountie. And his name was already the Mountie, so he went with that.
No brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great.
I'll just say this to close out the Hart. My favorite Hart Foundation match in terms of Bret and the Anvil, Demolition, SummerSlam 1990 when they got the belts back. I love that match.
That was great.
I love that match.
Oh, you're making me want to go and watch all these matches now, man. I love going back. Peacock has it now. Every once in a while, I'll go back and I'll watch a classic match like that. You know what I mean? Because those are the good old days, man. Like, what you felt about wrestling there, I don't think you would ever get that now with wrestling. Always would love it because wrestling's my first love. I love comic books, love sports, all that, video games, but wrestling was actually my first love with my cousin. He always used to put it on when I was a little kid and stuff like that. So wrestling always has a special place in my heart. And no matter where I'm at in my life, I'm always going to pay attention to wrestling and stuff like that. So, yeah, I guess we can wrap up the heart talk of this thing because we have a little bit of something you guys know I love. You guys know I love it. You know what, guys? You know I got to have it. The show and tell version. Yeah, beautiful sight. You know what I'm saying? Version of the wrestling show. I don't have anything, but you guys seem to have something. So, Puff, do you want to go first since you are our guest today?
Sure, I'll go first. So I told the guys that I had some old, wrestling magazines, because when wrestling blew up in the 90s, I had to get some magazines. So here's one that actually started a great feud in late 97. WWF magazine. Why Sean Why?
Why Sean Why? Yeah.
The Undertaker.
Nice.
It's a beat up copy. It's falling out the thing, but shit, I'm still happy to have it.
Show us some pages for a minute. Show us some pages. Flip the pages. We don't get those anymore these days.
You get Paul Bearer's face.
Yeah. Oh snap!
The card. Oh man, talk about a wasted opportunity in WWF.
Big Van Vader.
Yeah.
Dropped the ball big time, man.
Yeah. It's Vader time.
You know that female wrestler by the name of Dewdrop?
Yeah.
What was that?
Right now, Dewdrop. She's gonna use that Vader bomb off the rope.
Yeah.
Up in SummerSlam. Stuff like that. This match is another one that I talked about in length. The Bret Hart Undertaker match with Michaels as the referee. Another great match. Patriot.
I got some of those Wild magazines.
So I'll go to the next. We talked about the Royal Rumble, and here's the 98 Royal Rumble cover.
Oh my God, I used to have that one. Oh, I missed the magazines. Hell yeah.
Oh, look. Back, first page I open up. There he is. Double J. Double J, man. The beginning of the New Age Outlaws.
You didn't
know? You better call somebody.
Better call somebody.
Hey, wait. And I know this, man. What's the name didn't go to the third persona because this Cactus Jack right here. But we ain't see the Mankind. We ain't see the Drains one yet.
Yeah. I feel it coming soon. I feel it coming.
He's in the boiler room.
He's in the boiler room.
Too sexy, Brian Christopher. Rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace. Yeah. Grandmaster Sex Dad.
Grandmaster Sex. Oh, Goldust.
Yeah.
You remember the name? Goldust. That's one guy.
He weirded me out as a kid. I was like, what the hell is this, man?
Yeah.
His match with Roddy Piper in the back alley.
Oh, I remember that one. Oh, man, I used to have that one, too. Oh.
They just let him go recently.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, man. Back when Shane was younger and had black hair, and now he's red and gassed.
Yep.
Get blown up quick.
She came back in the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, Ivory as the
Yeah.
Right to censor.
Right to censor. Yeah,
Hey,
that was quick.
hey, they need to bring that group back considering where we at today's generation.
Oh, cancel culture. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, this match was hilarious though. The Rock versus Undertaker at King of the Ring '99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not a great match, but it's entertaining because anything The Rock is in, it's always gonna be good. And then I never really got this guy's gimmick. Like he always has to show his ass and shit.
I'm an ass man. Dun, dun.
Boom, boom.
And that's why The Rock kind of beat his ass.
Well, now his kids are the ass boys over in AEW.
Yeah, they
Right,
are.
which is kind of.
Hey, the legendary head bop.
Oh,
D'Lo.
Hey, you try his head bop and your neck gonna be
I hurt
up,
myself
bro.
trying to do that for real, bro. I did. I had whiplash for a day.
Austin, Gangrel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's one of the all-time best entrances. We used to come out with the song. The
Brood?
Yeah, the Brood. I loved it. Steve Blackman. Man, you're taking me back, bro.
Yeah, man. Then here we are, the ninth wonder of the world.
Rest in peace. Nice.
Joni Lawler.
Rest in peace.
She couldn't sign China when I met her. She had to sign Joni Lawler because the name was under contract.
Oh, okay. Power behind the throne. Yeah, I heard she was a very nice person. Besides, all the mental problems she had and stuff. Man. Oh, he's dead! By God, he killed him!
They broke him in half.
You broke him in half!
Oh man, he was Elroy, man.
Oh, the super heavyweight, baby!
Oh shoot!
Hell yeah!
Man. I was surprised. I was shocked when he died, man.
Yeah, I was too.
Dudley boy.
T-Von! Get the tables!
Yeah.
I know people have mixed feelings.
I am American Badass. Rolling. That's when he got to show a lot of his personality when he became the American Badass. Oh, woo! Don't tell Brother Joe that. Brother Joe like Ric Flair.
and this was like the second diva after Sunny.
Oh yeah,
Sable.
Yeah.
Playboy. I got the Playboy.
I might still have that one somewhere.
That's Mrs. Lesnar now, sir.
Mrs. Lesnar.
you don't want to look up Sable play. Got the Wrestlemania magazine.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
And then I also got the X8.
18. Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I got Rhino to sign mine.
Yeah, because this is the one
Rhino was a
run-in.
Hogan and Rock, yeah.
A run-in with the Hardy Boys
some Wrestle America, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, The Outsiders.
Yeah.
I don't want to take up too much time, so I'll show off some of these books.
It's good. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you're taking me back, Puff. I used to get those magazines.
Hey, every time you go, it was tough going into those newsstands because it's either Wrestling Mag, a Wizard magazine, or video game magazines. It's like, damn, which one will I want to get?
Monday Night Wars.
Monday Night Wars.
Yep.
That was a fun time, man.
Papa Willie said he'll buy Sable off me. Not for sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. We talked a lot about. Oh, nice. I remember all those. Brother Joe has a lot of those. I know he has a lot of those.
I gotta show the page though. China got victimized.
Oh.
That can't happen. No. That can't happen today.
Nah.
That can't happen today. It's like 2005 edition.
Yeah.
I don't know who this dude in the middle is. I can't see.
I can't see him. Where is he?
I can't see him, man.
I can't see him neither.
This one don't have a cover, but you know,
Fruity Pebble.
It's
Fruity Pebbles.
the big boss man.
Yeah, rest in
Jimmy
peace,
the
man.
Mouth of the
Ray
South.
Trailer.
I was happy.
South,
I was
man.
happy that I got to meet Mouth of the South last year.
Nice.
Oh,
You
nice.
did?
Yeah, I met him, Sergeant Slaughter, and Gangrel, the same place.
Nice.
Of course, when Sting was the champion TNA.
Okay.
Didn't Kelly come out to the
Kelly.
Rumble?
Yeah, she came out.
She came out.
Yep.
Came out with the pink dress, with the pink outfit.
Classic
Oh,
rivalry.
the Rock
here.
versus Triple H. They had some great Intercontinental matches, man. Like
Yep.
people talk about the world title matches. Their Intercontinental matches were great.
Yeah, they were.
I wonder if he's saying this right now, considering what's happening.
You right?
Uh,
I would love to get a shoot interview with him right now.
yeah.
His old the Viper himself.
Oh man, he's an all-time great now, man.
Yeah,
Great
he's been with the
matches.
company forever, man.
Yeah,
He is.
he's still
For as
he
good as
still
a
looks
wrestler
great.
he was a better promoter with NXT, in my opinion.
Oh, Triple H.
When he built that NXT up,
Yeah.
every pay-per-view
Then
was like a WrestleMania.
These are the last set of books, The World of Wrestling magazine.
Oh yes, I used to have the very first one of that one.
Yeah, I'll show some
Yeah.
material.
Yeah. Wow.
Old dog face gremlin.
Damn,
Rick,
bring me back, bro.
Man, Steiner Brothers was a badass team there.
They were.
His
so
son
awesome.
is the champ now in NXT.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't want to call him a Steiner, man.
They should, man.
Let me see what else I can show. I know this got some ECW stuff in here. Hey, remember when she was Miss Hancock?
Yep. He used to dance in front of the announcers.
Yep. They tried so hard to be like WWE, but they couldn't compete.
They couldn't. Once WWE had that, it was over.
Oh, Triple H.
Yeah.
Again.
I used to have that particular one too, man. I used to love these magazines, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah, plus they were color, so unlike the other ones, some more Undertaker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
This is after WWF brought WCW, so right there, the end of the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
There he is.
Oh, there you go. Mick Foley in your face, Brother Joe.
Yep.
You still got one more Foley to be. I don't know.
Goldberg.
Goldberg. Man.
Even if I wasn't a fan, man, you couldn't help but tune in whenever he's on TV back in '98.
It was a phenomenon, man. It was.
Yeah.
Man, I tried to go to a Walmart.
The night he beat Hogan,
autograph.
that was crazy.
Oh, that was huge, man.
Oh, that place
in Georgia. Yeah.
Rocking.
It's the people's champ.
If you smell another one I like from the beginning, and then
I love his Nation
superhero.
Run.
Yeah, but his Nation Run's where it got him where he's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got games. I put the game.
And last but not least, the Olympic gold medals.
It's true. It's damn true.
Oh shoot! It's damn true.
That's right.
Awesome. Yo, thanks for that great show, man.
Thanks, guys. It was great sharing the
good stuff.
Yeah, before I go to the next person, I have a couple of my buddy Danny here say he missed me. He's moving to Florida, so keep in touch, and I would love to show y'all my collection. Yo, Danny, if you ever want to come on here, man,
bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah, he's a little shy. He's a little shy, but we would love to have you on here. You don't have to talk a lot if you don't want to, but you want to show us your collection and stuff like that.
If I can do it, he can do it.
Yeah, JT's a shy guy too. Like
you start off nervous, and then once you get used to it, man, it's nothing.
Show your stuff. Yeah. We'd love to see it.
Yeah. He's done I think podcasts and stuff like that. What
part of Florida is he moving to?
I'm not. I think it's around almost by you. Like
I mean, you don't have to blow him up or anything.
Orlando.
He's close to me then.
Yeah, I think he'll be close to you. So
me and
when
JT gotta
Puff,
link
you're
up
in
one of these
Orlando?
days. Yeah.
Puff,
oh
you're in
snap!
Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah.
Orlando.
Okay.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I'm Lakeland.
Orlando. I knew it. Orlando. So when I visit Florida, there you go. I have another reason to go to Orlando.
Hell
Most
yeah.
definitely.
I got 3 reasons now. I got JT, Puff, and my man Danny. We can all meet one day. Maybe we go to an event down there when everything is even
Oh
better.
yeah, you know, Florida is a huge comic community here. So once you
Yeah,
see me,
yeah.
you're gonna see Steve and Jeff and all
Yeah.
them.
I didn't realize all the great shops. Like, I wish we had these things when I lived in Florida, because everybody knows my origin story and all my whole with my comic books and stuff, and why I didn't collect for a while. But if I knew that, man, whoo, whoo. But it's all good. Um, real quick, let me see if I missed that. Of course, Raising Cajun, he couldn't be here today. Station. Hopefully, you could be on our next show, Raising.
JD.
Yep.
He's awesome. He's awesome. Everybody, Miss Those Magazine main event. Yeah, man, main event. Yeah, he said, his first love as well. He's been a fan since WrestleMania 6, which that's a great one to start with. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Great one. Manny said he was never a huge wrestling fan, but I'm a big fan of the passion these dudes are bringing tonight. Yeah, thank you so much, Manny. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man. JT, John Thomas, you're next, my man. You got anything
All right,
for
bro.
us?
Yeah, I'm gonna show off an AOK I got from our brother Nick Comic Culture.
Nice.
He got me some wrestler
Nick.
figures. I believe he got you guys some too. I've got, let's see here. I've got Kofi, which I already showed.
Nice.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, he's good. It's a
I've
new
got
day.
New Day.
New Day. I've got the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Yeah.
The detail on this
always
is
been
crazy
nice to
good,
me.
man.
I couldn't stand him, but I appreciate him knowing now. You know what I mean?
Been nice to
I've
me.
got the Viper, Randy Orton.
Love Randy Orton.
Yeah, all-time great,
Voices
man.
in my head. They come
Great
to me.
matches.
They call to me. They talk to me.
One half of
They
RK Bro.
Okay, bro.
And we were just speaking of him, the man, the game, Triple H.
I'm about to say Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Game.
What about the game?
Be like,
You know what I
And then
mean?
the last one I got, I didn't know who this was, to be honest with you, and that's saying something because I know pretty much everybody. But I looked him up, and do you remember this guy? Can you tell me who he is?
Oh, yeah.
Yoshitatsu.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And
Yoshi
I don't
Tatsu.
remember him doing anything crazy big, but I did some background, and he formed a tag team with Kane, if you guys can believe that or not.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that, but yeah,
I've
that's all I
seen him,
got.
but
That's what you got?
nice.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. That's
Thank
good
you.
enough
Awesome,
for
man.
me. Brother Joe, you have something or not today?
Well, since you guys got all the stops, I can show a little something. Here's my third
Wrong
persona.
guy. He already went. There you go, your third persona. Yeah. He doesn't have a mask, so he couldn't. Mankind.
Nice.
Arena, Kemper Arena, and I was
The
sitting in the
trifecta.
second row.
The WWF
Second
thing.
row. In the second row, and he had looked at my boy. You're that one guy. His name is Miles, and he was scaring him. And Harley Race was sitting in the first row. His wife, Harley Race's wife, was sitting in the first row, and she grabbed my boy and started hugging him and saying, "Look, you can sit with me in the front row, and he won't get you. He won't get you. I'll protect you." This was when my boy was about 8 or 10 years old.
Nice.
In the front row.
Awesome.
Now something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Here's my old.
Oh, the TV
Nice.
guide.
That is
Yeah, man. I wish I still had mine.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember getting all of them the same week.
I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, all the WCW Nitro, Monday Night Nitro, all the signatures. That's pretty cool, man.
I would take things and get them signed in multiples. So because you don't know who's coming, you don't know who's coming. They're just walking down through the tunnel or out to their cars. So you just had something for them all to sign, and so you would be prepared. Now I have a lot of magazines. I have a whole closet full of my wrestling gear, but this is what I've
Nice.
been up to for the past 2 shows. They're all
Oh,
signed.
Baby. Yeah, we didn't get to AEW stuff. Next show we do, we're gonna do AEW.
yeah, y'all seen that
Nice.
I went back in October when I went to the AEW show.
Nice. How was that, man?
It was great.
Yeah,
I don't know if
need to
you
hit
can
up
see
on it.
this one. There's a couple autographs up here. But this one's hard to see, but this one's my favorite. Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
What he got an award for being lazy?
Yeah. I'm gonna bring this guy
Hey,
back.
Omega.
Yeah.
Nice.
New Year Smash. Oh,
The Mox.
Johnny Moxley. I almost called him Dean Ambrose. Johnny Moxley.
Something old, something new, something borrowed.
Oh, it was Stinger on a bike. Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice, brother Joe.
Something blue.
Oh, snap.
Oh!
Oh, snap.
Hulkamania lunchbox.
I gotta give that a solo right there. Wow, remember those days.
Oh, man.
I think I had that one too. Yeah. No, I think I had the Ultimate Warrior one like that. Man.
I know I had a Hulk Hogan lunchbox.
You don't want me to open it up.
Let's go.
Oh, you put some of the WWE Diva stuff in there. Woo! What you got there? What is that? Oh, the pencils. Nice. These guys got a whole bunch of treats in there.
Signed by Stacy.
Stacy, nice.
And all these others. These are all magazines, little miniature magazines.
Yeah, all the Divas on there, man.
That's one of my all-time favorites right there. Hell yeah. That's the reason why I'm wearing the shirt today.
All right, and last but not least, before we had all those figures, these were the ones that came out.
If
I can open it because I kept it rolled
Nikolai
up.
Volkov.
Nikolai Volkov, yeah.
Yeah.
Volkov was. Remember that. The Hart
I don't
Foundation.
even think I have the wrestlers anymore. I have the posters. Let's see.
Roddy Piper at the Coliseum. Cool. That is really cool. Man. Raging's loving it. JD. Oh, snap. Hillbilly Jim.
These are some awesome collectibles, Joe.
Yeah. What I tell people is I'm not a hoarder and I'm not a collector. I just didn't throw anything away. People throw stuff away. Instead of throwing it away, I just stuck it in my closet.
Yeah, he's got a whole museum. You go to Kansas City, you want to go to Brother Joe's museum. A lot of
quick.
Stuff.
This is my closet. My cheap stuff, but this is my wrestling stuff. All in boxes.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
Oh, he got the ring. I saw that ring up there, man.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah, that's the Hasbro ring right there.
Oh, man.
One of my all-time favorite rings right there. Hell yeah.
Hey, and I had the ring. I
remember that. Yeah.
I used to play with not only my wrestling figures, but with the X-Men figures and Spider-Man stuff. I throw everybody in there.
In the Rumble. I used to
Yeah.
have the Rumble with all of them myself. Yeah.
This ring,
Yeah, well,
that ring, and this ring.
oh, Money in the Bank.
My
With
second
the little
one.
figures. Yeah. Those are cool.
Nice.
Oh, it's figures.
Nice.
Yep. So.
Yep. Yo, that great show, guys. I guess we closing it out for today. Fantastic show. This was a lot of fun. We still didn't cover a few things. We didn't even talk about Shane McMahon. We talked a little bit about Shane McMahon getting fired by his own.
Who wants to talk
Now,
about
let me cut a
McMahon
promo.
anyway, man?
Yeah, right.
Promo. The next show, my mask collection.
Oh.
Hey, if you're gonna have the mask on, we gotta have Lucha on here, Hialeah Comic Bro, man, because he's always the mask.
Oh
always
yeah, all
the
right,
mask wrestler,
all
man.
right. Next time, then when I finally set a date, I usually try 3 or 4 months. Every 3 or 4 months, I'll do one of these. I'll hit you up for you, and I'll hit up Hialeah too. I know Hialeah; he knows me, and
Nice.
we can definitely have another show, and Brother Joe show his mask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
And then I might bust out my huge wrestling DVD collection as well.
Oh, I would love to see those, man. That was awesome.
Hey, Puffy.
Puff.
We can go one-on-one. Right
here, man. This is what we're fighting for. Championship gold.
There
you go.
You can see the belt, but you can't see him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I gotta say.
Yeah. It's like, who's this invisible dude with the belt, man?
With a bling belt. All right, guys.
Tag partner JT will take on all comers. We don't give a.
Got to get going, gang. Yeah. We wrapping up too.
Yeah.
JT left again. JT's back.
Hey, let me just say goodbye and my farewell before I get cut out again.
Yeah, it was great hanging with you, JT.
Puff, man. It was awesome. We got to definitely do this again. My two brothers, Brother Joe, Big Herm, thank you as always. I love this show. I love being on. Station to you all. And we'll do this again another time.
Heck yeah.
My brother, thank you.
Thomas.
Love you guys.
Brother Joe.
Hey, I'll catch you in the chat later, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Puff is an alumni now on this show, and he might be a regular. You might bring them in all
I hope
the time.
So. I hope so.
Hey, as long as you do it 6 p.m., man, I'm here, man.
6 p.m. That's my sweet spot for this show.
Yeah, I'm an overnight guy too.
On Thursdays. Yeah, him too. All right, guys, thank you so much, everybody. Anybody
bring
in
a
the
guest
chat
next time? Bring on a tag team partner. We'll take it on.
Hey, y'all need to go on the hunt and challenge for the tag belts, man.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks everyone for joining us. If you're watching this on the rewind, thank you again. Anybody comment down who's your favorite Bret Hart match? I'll go there. Your favorite Bret Hart match if you're still watching this far in here. Guys, this was awesome. We'll let you know what's gonna happen next time when the time comes. Hialeah, we're gonna get that guy here next time. Puff and again, Puff, JT, Brother Joe, always appreciate you guys. Till next time, guys, my next show will be the hashtag Blame Phable Tonight show. We're gonna have JB, Discovery Bay. The movie will be Dope from 2015. Hashtag Blame Phable Tonight will be the next time you see me with Missing Link and Phable. 6 o'clock, sweet spot, Sunday night on the Instagram. One collection down. Join us there. That's the next time you'll see me. And everybody, thank you so much. You guys all rock, all great in the chats. My man Danny, if he's still up in there, we do gotta go hang out before you move. Or when you move, I might go over there and meet all of you guys. So station to all. Till next time, peace out, station fellas. Peace out.
Uh-oh.